What if I told you that moving to Fort Mill, South Carolina could be either one of the best or worst decisions you will ever make, and that most people do not realize the downsides of Fort Mill until they've lived here, and by then it's too late. From surprise costs to lifestyle shocks, from traffic to commutes, Fort Mill is not always what it seems. And at the end of this video, I'm going to reveal one personal story that completely changed my perspective of Fort Mill and how I view this area. And it's why my family and I actually ended up moving and leaving Fort Mill for a different part of the greater Charlotte region. Now, my name is James Lanius, and I work with families, buyers, sellers, and investors and relocation clients every single day like yourself, looking to buy a home in the greater Charlotte region, including Fort Mill, South Carolina. So if that's you, go ahead and reach out. My phone number is on the screen in front of you. I'm not going to pressure you. I just want to add value to you however I can and help give you guidance on your real estate journey, whatever that might look like for you. And I'm a real estate agent, licensed in both North and South Carolina. I'm willing to help and guide you however I can. Now, number one of 7 things that no one tells you about living in Fort Mill, South Carolina is that yes, the taxes are lower here than in North Carolina, for example, but there is a catch, because although South Carolina's property taxes might be a bit lower and are a huge draw compared to different states like North Carolina, a lot of buyers often forget to factor in higher vehicle taxes, sometimes impact fees, certain school bond increases in York County, and some HOAs can carry unexpected monthly fees or assessments that you need to find out about before you end up making a move to an area you know nothing about. So that's number one. That's more of a small one, but it is important to understand the taxes, because you need to know what you're going to end up paying and what your monthly bills are going to look like based on where you're going to move. Now, the second thing that a lot of people don't talk about when it comes to Fort Mill is that, of course, the school system in Fort Mill, pretty much every school in Fort Mill is highly rated. And yes, you get some great schools here. There are not really any low-rate schools in Fort Mill, South Carolina, but they're very overcrowded. I mean, Fort Mill School District is one of the top rated in South Carolina and even North Carolina. But many schools are either near or at capacity. I had a client move to one of the Fort Mill school districts recently for the schools, and when they bought the home, they weren't sure if they would be able to enroll their child in school in one of the schools that they really wanted to go to. And thankfully, they were only at capacity for certain grades, and thankfully the grade that their child was in, they were able to get them into the school at. But that's not true for everyone. A lot of folks are moving to the area and then try to enroll their kids in school thinking, oh my gosh, they're going to be in this school specifically, but it's overcrowded. And so they're actually building several schools right now. If you ever drive through Fort Mill, I think they're building an elementary school, I think a middle school as well. I don't know if they're building a new high school, but they might in the future. So that's an important thing to understand and realize. Make sure you reach out to whatever school representative you are really interested in, depending on which part of Fort Mill you're moving to be sure that your kids can actually get into the school you want them to get into, because that's important, right? Now, number 3 thing I don't hear a lot of people talk about when it comes to Fort Mill is that the commute to Charlotte isn't very easy at times. I mean, if you're coming from Fort Mill, from South 77 up north to Charlotte, or maybe a different part of Charlotte if you're hooking on to 485 or something, the traffic can be pretty bad during peak rush hour times. I mean, a 25-minute drive can easily become 45 plus minutes if you're driving in the wrong place at the wrong time. So it's really important to know your routes. It's really important to know where you're working and that in congruence to where you'll be living, and to understand the traffic patterns in that area around those times you're going to be going and commuting to work. I mean, there's no light rail or like train system or anything like that in Fort Mill. You're all car dependent, so you're gonna have to drive. Probably not gonna be able to bike unless you're really close, which would be awesome. I'm commend you for that, but be sure to understand the commute times. That is important. Now, if you're still thinking that Fort Mill is the obvious choice for you, hang tight, because the next few things are what I really wish someone had told me earlier. And the last thing I'm going to mention is probably the reason that my family and I decided to leave Fort Mill for a different part of greater Charlotte, and I'm going to reveal that at the end. Now, the 4th thing I want to talk about is that Fort Mill is not a small town as it seems. You might think that Fort Mill is a sleepy town and all that type of stuff, but it is not anymore. It has exploded in the past 5-6 years, and even before that. There are tons of people moving here every single day. So you're gonna have to expect traffic near Kingsley, Baxter Village, Highway 77 going north, and a lot of chain stores are replacing some local businesses. You do have some charm here, I'll say, and it's a really great place. It's a really cool downtown, but it's not that sleepy small town that it used to be. So if you're looking for a quiet, slow pace of living in like more of a rural area, Fort Mill might feel too busy for you now. So be aware of that. It used to be a lot less busy and less hustle and bustly, but not anymore. And I'm going to talk about that at the end. Now, number 5 thing that a lot of people don't talk about when it comes to Fort Mill is that new construction might not save you money. And this is because a lot of buyers assume that they're going to be able to save money by buying new and building in South Carolina. But because of how hot Fort Mill's market is, a lot premiums, HOAs, and add-ons, and the add-up list, and just the overall prices of homes here are pretty inflated just because of the high demand for the area and the high demand for the school district. So be aware of that. You might have a better option of getting into a resale home. There are a lot of amazing new construction communities here, but don't expect to get a bargain deal. I would say you might actually get a really good deal from the builder if you buy at a good time. Like, well, it's December now, and this is actually one of the best times to buy a new construction home. Builders often offer really good rate buy downs. Actually, I just saw Pulte is offering like a 7.6 rate buy down, which is crazy. You could get as low as like a 1 or 2% rate for like a few years or something. Don't hold me to that. It's something really amazing they're offering if you buy like certain homes in certain communities in Fort Mill. So yeah, let me know if you want more questions on that, or reach out to my builder rep. But yeah, do not assume that you're going to get a deal for new construction here. You might be better going resale, which is totally fine. Now, number 6 thing is that the resale value is strong if you buy right. Homes in Fort Mill do hold value very well because of the schools, the parks, the overall crime and safety here is very good. And not every area appreciates the same though. There are some builders that have overbuilt, causing price stagnation in certain parts of Fort Mill. Future appreciation does depend heavily on school zoning and proximity to amenities. I mean, I've seen 2 homes, same builder, same floor plan, but different parts of Fort Mill go very differently when it comes to resale value. So just be aware of that. Be sure you're getting into a place. If it matters to you to resale and maybe you're looking to sell in 3 to 5 years, maybe even 10 years, you want to make sure you get into a place that has strong potential for resale and appreciation. Now, let me talk about this last point I want to make about Fort Mill that a lot of people don't realize, and that is that Fort Mill does have a family-oriented vibe, but can feel pretty isolated just because how hustly and bustly it's got and busy. And that was kind of our experience living in Fort Mill for a couple of years until this past April. We moved and went to a different part of York County, actually in South Carolina. And Fort Mill was great. We enjoyed it. It was a really cool, experience to have grocery stores all within like 5 minutes, like 5 or 6 grocery stores. We had a big Walmart nearby. We lived in TUK, South Carolina, which is a suburb of Fort Mill. And it was really great, but we just got tired of the hustle and bustle and we decided to leave. We didn't mind taking our kids because, well, we're going to homeschool our kids anyway, but we only have a baby right now, like 1.5, then we'll have another one coming soon. And we don't really care too much about the school, so that wasn't a super big pull for us. We did really like some of the different suburbs like Baxter and Kingsley and downtown Fort Mill, but when we went, they were just crazy and overcrowded at times, and it just was almost too much for our family. We preferred the more quiet, rural life that I talked about at the beginning, and so we moved to a town more aligned with what we were looking for and our values, and so that's why we did that. And that's something that a lot of people don't realize about Fort Mill. It's not like a cute little charming, quiet suburb town. It is pretty hustly and bustly. It's pretty busy, which it's really cool. I love it, but isn't the best fit for everyone. So friends, these are the 7 things that a lot of people do not tell you about Fort Mill until it's too late. And it's not just about low taxes and top schools. It's about the trade-offs, the commute, the growth, the school zoning, and the cost of new construction. I mean, Fort Mill can be a really amazing fit for you and your family, depending on what you're looking for, but only if you understand what you're getting into. For me personally and our family, the one thing that surprised us was how fast-paced Fort Mill had become, and we were kind of hoping we get more of a small town feel with a lot of families, which it does have families, and that part is nice, but parts of it just felt hectic and overcrowded and busy, and we decided to get out of that. And for a lot of folks, that's a deal breaker, like it was for us. Now, if you're thinking about moving to Fort Mill or anywhere near Greater Charlotte Metro. I'm licensed in both North Carolina and South Carolina. Go and reach out via the phone number on the screen in front of you and give me a call. I get calls, texts, and emails from people just like you every single day from looking at my YouTube videos and just deciding that, hey, I want to know more about this cool part of Charlotte, or I want to know more about this property I saw you do a tour of, or I just want to know more about what the Carolinas are really like. So if that's you, go and reach out. I'd love to talk to you and just be of value and do whatever I can to help you on your real estate journey. Now, otherwise, it would help us out a lot as well if you like this video, subscribe to our channel just to help us continue adding value to people like yourself that want to know more about the Carolinas, more about what it's like to live here and buy a home here and sell a home here and even invest in property in the Carolinas. So if that's you, subscribe to our channel. We would appreciate it. And other than that, we hope you have a blessed day. Thank you so much for watching. Hopefully we get to show you around town very soon. And if not, I hope to at least see you in the next video. Talk soon.